Okay, so faction grinding. You're level 18, you've just built the Tala. What do you do? So, in the game, at level 18 and shipyard level 18, you unlock Tala. So I can build another one, as you can see. We'll just quickly select it on my bar. Where is it? Tala. This is the first ship capable of farming faction hostiles. Now, there are 3 factions in the game. You've got Federation, which everybody loves, Romulans, which prioritize like battleships, and then Klingons, which are your interceptor space. Basically, you're going to pick 2. So you could pick Fed Rom, Fed Klingon, Klingon Rom. You can pick one of those 3. But essentially, when you've picked 2, the third faction that you've left that you don't want is going to be the one that you farm. So, in my case, I've gone Federation Romulan. I'm farming Klingon hostiles. So, what do I do with my Tala? Where do I go? So, the level 20 systems are basically going to be your first ports of call to start farming these hostiles. So, for example, I would do Aruna if I was farming the Federations, Davadul if I was doing the Romulans, and then Frantic, I think, is the level 20 system, for the Klingons. And basically what these do is these give you a certain bonus. So we'll go to what was my first system. So I'll go into a level 21 survey ship. You're always going to want to prioritize the miners first. These give you the most reputation, and they are a lot less stronger. So especially when you're starting the game off, your Tala's not going to be 37k strength straight out the bat. You're going to need to tier up, and it's going to take you some time. But as you can see, things that aren't survey ships give you less reputation. Now, it's important to basically realize that the reputation gained from killing one hostile isn't equal across the board. So let's go on to, is there a level 20 miner here? No. Okay, let's just go on a level 21 trader for right now. So I get 10 rep for Federation, 6 rep for Romulan, and then minus 40 rep for the Klingons. Now, because I'm not picking Klingon, my Klingon reputation is down the toilet essentially. So if we go into my faction store, you can see that I'm on quite a lot of negative reputation stance with them. So as you can see, they're not equal. So I'm getting 10, 6. There's about 4 difference per hostile. Times that by 100 hostiles, it's 400 difference. So you need to balance them. Basically, in the factions, each faction, the top 3, so Federation, Klingon, Romulan, we'll ignore these for now. They basically have a certain set of points that you're with them, and the points themselves don't matter. What matters is the status that you're at with them. So as you can see, I'm friendly with both Romulan and Federation. If I was right at the end of my friendly status and I dipped over into favoured whilst my Romulan was still friendly, basically the next time that I wake up in my challenges, I would basically get different challenges for the 2. So right now you can see that both my warrior ones are farming level 26 hostiles, and then both my champion ones are farming level 27s. But what you would see is that I would have to farm more for the higher up the faction goes. So the way you balance these is, say for instance, as you can see right now, my Romulans is 20k ahead of my Federations, right? So what I would do is I would go and hit Federations up until the point that my Romulan and Federation reputation, like points-wise, balances out. And I would make sure that they basically both stay friendly, or whatever stance I'm currently at with them. So let's just say you're level 22. Right now you might just be entering into neighbor or something like that. You're basically gonna want to keep these both at neighbor. Now there's different levels that each faction has, so the ones that you're going to be farming, will prioritize those. Basically, the way that they go is you have tolerated, which is your first level. That's basically to start farming that faction. Neighbor is then followed after that. Then it's friendly, then favored, then consort, then associate. Now associate is the big one, which you will get to at probably about your level 30s, I'd imagine. This is where faction lock comes in. So when you get 10 mil points, you basically can't dip below that 10 mil points anymore. And at that point, you can start farming the third and final faction to start unlocking all that content. Now you'll notice that because I've not farmed this third and final faction, I actually can't buy anything. So this actually lets you keep a load of credits up to go, and then you also have the missions as well that you basically won't be touching for these. So you'll basically be able to get things like, well, I wouldn't say D4 and stuff like that, but maybe like get like the Cavort or something like that, or maybe the Burrell, depends on how much faction credits you have stored up at the time. And obviously you need to get to the required faction level in order to unlock that content, so that will take you a time. But as you progress through the game, you'll notice that, so let's go to the hostiles that I'm currently farming. These give me way more reputation, and it keeps going up and up and up. So the higher level hostile, the more reputation that you get, and it's the quicker that you farm. So I think like way later on, when you can start hitting like level 35s, you get like 10k rep per hostile or something like that. So it's pretty easy to build off of them. So we've gone through how to balance them, how to pick them, what to ignore, what ships you can use. Obviously, you'll start off at the Tala. You can then progress to like the Kira. I wouldn't really recommend leveling this ship up. It's going to drain your resources that you're going to need for your Saladin later on. The Vaklis is a great level 24 ship, and it's basically what you're going to be wanting to use for most of the early 20s and maybe breaking into the late 20s. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that basically covers everything. So yeah.